Johnson & Johnson has said it has filed its application with the FDA for emergency use of its COVID-19 vaccine. It says it intends to distribute the vaccine in the U.S. immediately following authorization and expects to supply 100 million doses to the U.S. in the first half of 2021. Now, the next step, of course, is we wait to hear from the FDA when they schedule their advisory committee meeting. Typically, it takes about 2 weeks to get this on the books. So we should see when they do that. And after that, we'll learn a lot about this vaccine, the way the FDA is looking at it. And if it's anything like what they did for Pfizer and Moderna, if the vote is positive, they authorize the next day. So this could move pretty quickly here. You're seeing J&J up there, more than 1% in the after hours. Mel, back to you.
And they've already, just to get this correct, Meg, they've already manufactured many doses of this, right? I mean, in order to meet that target in the first half, they probably have started that process.
Yes, definitely. However, depending on how quickly this gets approved, there could be limited amounts available right away. We'd heard from Moncef Slaoui, fewer than 10 million doses in February. That was a few weeks ago. We don't know exactly where that is now. He said more in March, many more in April. Of course, this is a one-dose vaccine, so one dose goes for one person, which is twice as far as the two-dose vaccines.
Absolutely. Meg, thank you. Meg Terrell, so some very good news. Johnson & Johnson shares up 1.5%. One dose and also can be stored at regular refrigerator temperatures, so it gets around that sort of difficulty in getting the vaccine to where it needs to get at the temperature it needs to get. It's much simpler, Guy. So there's a few different ways to look at it in terms of the Johnson & Johnson specific story, but also just the overall impact on the markets, on the economy, consumer confidence.
All good. All good news. I mean, the man that comes on after this, JC, has been talking about J&J for a while. You remember the stock traded up to 173 a couple weeks ago, right around earnings time. When earnings were solid, pulled back, I think it traded down to 160 or so. I think it goes right back up. I mean, valuations are reasonable. It's not just a vaccine play. That's the good news. Tim and Karen have spoke about this time and time again. I think Johnson & Johnson is still reasonable valuation at this price, and I think this is one more tailwind for it going forward.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.